Hello again, and welcome back to the Slick Show, where I judge games based on how enjoyable they are. And such games I review can go anywhere from within the past year to over 30 years ago in some cases. But today's game is not going too far back. No. We're talking about a PSP game. Well, technically a PS4 remaster of a PSP game. And it's a game I enjoyed a lot as a kid, so I'm definitely looking forward to playing it again. So today, we will be talking about LocoRoco.
So what is LocoRoco? It's a unique platformer game released on the PSP in 2006, and later in 2017 was remastered for the PlayStation 4, which is what we will be playing on today. Because it came out so early in the PSP's lifetime, alongside its unique art style and music, the yellow guy on the front cover quickly became a mascot for the PSP. In fact, he's such a major mascot that you can use him as your avatar on the PS4. So for a brief history lesson, this game was created by a man named Tsutomu Kono. He had an idea for a game that used look-alike characters that were indirectly controlled by a player. With this PDA sketch, a few more ideas, and a lot of convincing Sony that this was a good idea, his game LocoRoco eventually came to life.
Well, that's enough for our prologue. You want to see how this game plays out, right? Well, let's give it a go.
So after a language selector, we are quickly met with the title screen. I'm not going to start the game just yet because if the LocoRocos can hit those 4 circles in the top left, then something nice is going to happen. Aha! They've hit them! And now they're going to fly to the top of the screen and roll down this sort of fun slide kind of thing. And then we're met with the opening movie for the game. It's a very cutesy looking movie, but it does give you a good idea of what you're getting yourself into. I guess I better start a new game now. Okay, so we're in space, and oh look, there's a sleeping planet. Who lives on this sleeping planet? Oh look, it's the LocoRocos. They seem to be having the time of their lives. But some big black rock fell out of the sky. Wait, now something's coming out of the space rock. Oh no, what are they going to do to the LocoRocos?
Oh.
So yeah, it's our job as the planet to guide the LocoRocos to save our world from this alien invasion.
Yes, you heard that right. We're playing as the planet. Well, technically the stage that we're in. What you need to know is that you are not in direct control of this yellow circle. You need to tilt the stage to make him go where you want him to go. The controls for this game are very simple. Use the R1 button to tilt the world to the right, and the L1 button to tilt the world to the left. If you hit both of them, you can make your LocoRoco jump. The only other button you use is the circle button. If you quickly tap it, you can break your LocoRoco into many smaller units. But if you hold it, you can bring those units back into one large unit.
So after being flung into the vast void of space, we land in what appears to be a flower field. This little guy down here is called Mwimwi. He tells us that our mission is to eat berries and reach the goal. Sounds simple enough. But where can you find berries? Some are out in the open, some are hidden and need some persuasion to grow, some are hidden behind breakable surfaces, and some are hidden inside caves. Speaking of caves, I think there's one at the beginning of this level. If you climb on top of these 2 flowers, and up, there it is. So I explored a lot of this level. I think I found every secret, but I'm only missing 1 berry, so should be a little bit of level left to go. Wait. We're at the end of the level already? What did I miss? I'll just come back to it later. So on to the second level. I explored a lot, uncovered all kinds of secrets, and oh my god, what am I missing? We're only a few levels in and this is already starting to get annoying. We're on to the third world, and actually, before we keep going on the gameplay, I want to take some time to appreciate this game's music. Each area has its own theme that accompanies the environment phenomenally well. You may have noticed there's a lack of electronic sounds in this music. That's because the soundtrack was made with more natural noises to make it feel more alive, so to speak. And this song for this tree stage is one of my favorites in this game. It's very calm and makes you feel like you're inside of a giant tree. I'd love to talk more about forest music in video games, but we'll save that for another day. So now I get to the end of the level, and this time I'm missing 3 berries. Seriously, how am I missing secrets in the first 3 areas of the game? Well, buckle up, kids, cause this review goes downhill from here.
Okay. Remember the video I said something along the lines of, and it's a game I enjoyed a lot as a kid? That's actually important, because playing this again as an adult doesn't bring me the same joy as it did back then. You'd think there's nostalgia, but honestly, I don't feel it.
Oh sure, I'm sure you could say that I'm being a little too harsh on such an innocent looking game, or that I'm not playing enough of the game. But honestly, I think this is all justified. The secrets in this game are so plentiful that you end up searching every single corner of the stage. Oh damn, this guy was so furious that we woke him up from his nap that he exploded. And we ate him! And as you may have picked up from the footage you've seen or the title of this video, this process is very, very, very slow. Some secrets are easy to find, like a large dent in the wall, or sometimes your LocoRoco makes a hi-ya kind of sound near a breakable surface. On top of that, some areas that look like they may have secrets don't have secrets, and some areas that look like they don't have secrets do have secrets. It's very inconsistent. To make matters worse, the mechanics we learned at the very beginning of the game are the only mechanics we'll be using through 40 long stages.
I wonder how their internal organs work.
Let's talk about those stages briefly. Sure, they may all look different, but they have very few memorable moments to set them apart from others of the same kind. Hell, if it weren't for this footage, I probably wouldn't be able to tell you what features were in what levels. This game does have enemies, but they usually go down in only one hit. One of the few exceptions is this large Moja near the end of every world. The only difference is you have to hit him, wait for him to land on the ground, jump on him, and then repeat 2 more times. That's it. It's really easy to do. This game doesn't even have a proper boss fight. A platform without boss fights? Inconceivable! The only thing that can sort of be considered a boss fight is the last level of the game, where the head honcho of the Moja cores eats you, and you have to traverse the inside of his dark body, fight a bunch of large Mojas, hit a giant button, and then defeat him by sort of nudging him in the head. Oh yes, another thing about the stages. There are 19 berries to find to collect the 20 LocoRocos that you need to collect all the LocoRocos. Unfortunately, the slowness and tediousness of each stage kills any chance of you wanting to actually collect all the LocoRocos unless you're, like, farming for PSN trophies. But what do you get if you do find all 20 berries in a stage? Well, first, you get a special item that you can use in the Loco level editor, and you get a time trial mode. I'm dead serious. And what you get if you complete the time trial? You get 1,000 pickeries. Is that it? But the real nail in the coffin is what happened when I forgot to save the game. I'd gotten all the way to World 2-2, and I quit the game to play some other game for a bit. And when I came back, the game put me all the way back to World 1-2, and I thought to myself, no! I am not dealing with all this again. And with that, I quit my new file and opened up my previously almost completed file. I didn't even have a completed file on this version of the game. Small rant aside, there's still a little bit I have to talk about. I'm sure you've seen me pick up these colorful berries throughout the footage. Those are called pickeries, and they only exist to add to your score at the end of the level and as currency for the mini-games in this game. Oh, finally the mini-games. Surely there's something redeemable in this slow and tedious game. The first minigame is technically not a minigame, but it is an additional feature, so I'll talk about it. It's the Loco House. It's a place that you can place the items you got when you found the hidden Weemoos in the stages. You can relax and watch the LocoRocos hop around and do their own thing for a while, but the real goal for this mode is to get this blue pickery, which gets you more parts to use in your Loco House. But getting your LocoRocos to go there without being able to control them is as much of a chore as trying to find all the secrets in each of the stages. The first real minigame is the Weemoo Crane. Heads up, if you hate crane machines in real life, you're gonna hate this minigame. And it's worse, because now all the prizes move! So what are your prizes? As you'd expect, more things to add to your Loco House. And the LocoRocos in the bin will be added to the total LocoRocos that appear in the house of that color. The next minigame is called Chupa Chupa. I hate this minigame. It's hell incarnate. That's a great start. How it works is that you control how fast the Chupa shoots the LocoRoco around the stage, but you gotta memorize the exact speed at which to launch the LocoRoco, or else you send them careening off to their deaths 7 seconds into the stage. The reward? Another part for the Loco house. I'm done with this game. Next we have the best minigame in the game, the Loco Editor, and it doesn't even cost pickeries. Much like the Loco house, you can use the parts you earned from finding hidden Weemwees, but instead of having the LocoRocos jump around however they want, you create an actual stage you can actually play. And since the stage is much smaller than the normal stages, you can have a lot more interesting stuff happen in a shorter amount of time. There isn't really a goal to this minigame, it's just here to have fun. If I ever play this game, this is the first thing I go to. Well hey, the good news is we found something redeemable about this game, but the bad news is to get the parts you want, you have to replay a lot of the stages. And unfortunately this game does not have the fun replayability that it thinks it has.
It really is unfortunate. This review did not at all go the way I thought it was going to go. When I was looking for another topic for my next video, I found this game and I thought to myself, wow, I enjoyed this game a lot as a kid. This will be great fun to talk about. But then the more I played it, the less and less I enjoyed it.
This is the kind of game you play once and then never again. The stages aren't memorable enough to warrant playing more than once, and even if you want to find all the secrets, the rewards aren't that rewarding. And the mini-games are too painful to even try playing. I think kids would enjoy this game more because they have a lot more time to play it. That and the vibrant colors of the worlds are very eye-catching. I mean, I know I enjoyed this as a kid. I mean, this game was the driving reason for me to get my PSP. The first time I played this game was on the display PSP at Best Buy. Instead of it just being a demo, they had the whole game on the system. And I managed to beat the entire first world before my parents said it was time for us to leave. And not too long after that, I got this game and my PSP for Christmas.
It really is a shame. For a game I adored so much as a kid to fall this much? Man, the things it does to you, eh? Now it's time for me to rate this game. So what is it? So what kind of score does it get? Let's find out.
While I did enjoy this unique and colorful game for the first time years ago, the tediousness and slowness of the levels makes it lack any kind of fun replayability. But I did enjoy the sandbox mode very much. In terms of overall enjoyment, I'd rate this game a 16.
But before I go, there is one more thing I want to touch on. LocoRoco received just enough success and critical acclaim to spawn a sequel, LocoRoco 2. Now, if I remember correctly, I played this game a lot more than LocoRoco 1. So, because it was a lot more enjoyable and a lot more rewarding to play and explore. So maybe this game will receive a better fate, but I'm gonna leave that for another day. I think I've had enough with colorful blobs for at least a while. So thank you all again for watching this video too. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on Twitter. Until next time, I'll see you all later.